Hey everyone, welcome to the Canadian Co-working Podcast. We'll start by introducing ourselves. My name is Mila. I'm a co-working student from John Fraser, and I've mainly done social media, advertising, and I've actually also helped prepare for this year's Canadian EdTech Summit that took place in October.
Hi, I'm Kai. I'm another co-op student here. I go to St. Joan of Arc, and I was here to help with the summit that we did in October and set up the 8th anniversary party we had in December.
Now that you know who we are, we can get started. So the first question I have is, what was the biggest challenge you faced during your co-op placement?
The biggest challenge I faced was just adjusting to the responsibility that came with this workplace, whether it be doing ads with customers or just general cleanliness with the place. It was a whole different thing than school. How about you?
Yeah, I think for me it was figuring out how to actually design in the same style that everyone else had been doing here, because it was like I knew what designing was before, but you never really know what people want, so you just have to adapt and learn all of these new skills that came with co-op. And it was also quite difficult balancing everything that we needed to do during the time of the summit because it was just so busy. But I'm actually really proud of the work that we got to do, and I got to see how everything contributed to such a big event.
I also have a question now. What is one skill that improved the most during your co-op experience?
I definitely think that my time management and just balancing tasks overall is something that greatly improved for me, and also just being creative and thinking on the spot, and maybe even just my communication skills with people in a professional setting is something that really helped me out.
Personally, I agree too. My dealing with customers has improved. My ability to work with people is way better than before, and I feel like my design skills have skyrocketed than before. Looking back at my older projects I've done for school and other stuff, they have been passable at best.
Yeah, and even just in the beginning of our placement here.
Yeah, that's it. But now it's a lot better. I'm proud of them. I'm happy. It's good. I like it.
So how did co-op change your perspective on your future career?
When I first came here, I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was very open-ended on where I wanted to end up in life. But my workplace has shown me what life is going to be like after post-secondary, what I need to do for work, and my responsibilities, and it's changed my mind. I went from just wanting to work with my hands to wanting to work with computers.
Yeah.
How about you?
For me, I always kind of knew that I wanted to be an architect, and that was always just my safety option. I didn't really want to take risks. I didn't want to put myself out there and do what I actually wanted to do. But now seeing how everybody comes together in even spaces like this that make it possible to do the things that you want to do, I've sort of opened my horizons to things like entrepreneurship, and just even considering starting my own business in the future instead of just sticking to the linear route that we were always told was the correct way to handle things.
I have a question for you. In what ways did you experience push out of your comfort when you were pushed out of your comfort zone?
I've always found it kind of awkward, sitting, even just doing something like this, going up and recording myself, or even recording videos for the social media and going around and getting the footage and communicating with customers. And I always found that very awkward, and it's still awkward at times, but it's just the fact that I was even able to get up here and do it, that's really pushed me past my limits.
I always had problems dealing with customers, talking to them, understanding them. Just dealing with new people is hard, but I'm glad I got pushed out of my comfort zone. I've learned to adapt to it.
Yeah.
I have a question. What advice would you give someone doing co-op for the first time?
I would say that just be very open-minded to things. You're not always going to be able to find exactly what you want to do. Even me, I didn't expect to come into some place like this. I personally didn't even know that this was a line of business that existed, but this being here has opened my mind up to so many things, and it's really changed my perspective, and I've learned so many valuable skills that I feel in any field, whether I go into marketing or architecture or whatever field I go into, I've learned such valuable skills that have benefited me so much. And I feel anybody doing any co-op placement will always learn those skills. So I would just say, don't put yourself in a box. Don't limit yourself. Just be very open-minded and try as many things as you can.
If I had to give any advice to do, keep your mind open and keep your work ethic hard. A lot of the things you're going to come across in co-op are going to be new and different and difficult. But you can't shut down and give up out there, because that's not what, you can't do that in the real world. If you're going to do that in real life, you will be fired. It'll be over. You need to keep pushing past this and keep your mind open to new strategies and new ways to deal with these problems. Whether it be systems going down, dealing with hard customers, or just having a large workload. You have to get through it. So yeah, you just gotta keep pushing through.
That's all we have for today. Make sure to follow MindShare Learning and MindShare Workspace on social media and subscribe to the YouTube channel to stay updated. We hope to see you again.